Now, it's funny because you have me and my brother. Peel back the curtain. We have a house, we have a wife, we have kids, we have all these things, we have jobs.
Different house, different wife, different kids, just for clarity.
That's true.
Pastor Matt has his wife and kids.
That's right.
Dave has...
We got to make sure we all know that.
Because you did say we have a house, a wife, and kids.
Yeah, definitely not together. Shout out Dave. But
wow, Dave just got a shout out on the podcast.
On the podcast. There you go.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to this episode of the Toddcast. I'm your host, Todd Bishop, and here's what we say about our Toddcast. You must ignore all the others. Yeah, when we came up with this name, we thought it was original, not knowing there's a lot of people named Todd, and there's a lot of podcasters that called it the Toddcast. But this is the only one worth listening to. No shame in their game, but we've got God on our side. Let's go, Toddcasters. We're glad to have you. Here's what I want you to do. I want you to like, share, subscribe, comment, put this content in everybody's hand that you can imagine so that we can continue to spread hope to everyone around the world. Episode 13 starts now with my guest, one of my dear friends on staff at our church, incredible leader, great communicator, anointed beard, and a fabulous friend. Please welcome Toddcasters, Matt Malomo.
Wow. That was an unbelievable introduction.
Which part of it really resonated with you?
I mean, the beard, that's top notch, but the anointed beard, I never, been called.
Beards can be annoying.
They can be, biblically speaking.
They can be annoying too.
They could be annoying too, especially depending on who you ask. But yeah, it's an honor to be here. It's awesome.
Yeah,
I watched the first 12 episodes of the Toddcast. Honored to be on the 13th.
13th, lucky 13.
Pretty awesome.
We call it blessed.
Blessed 13. Favor-filled 13.
Not MS 13, TB 13.
That's right. 13. But yeah, it's good to be here. It's awesome. Thank you for having me.
Kidding me?
It's an honor to be here.
Tell everybody about you, man. I mean, it's the first episode without Jordan. Okay, tell us about you, though.
Right. Well, we've known each other a long time, going back to the early years of 2000. 25 years.
25 years.
25 years. So Pastor Todd,
25 years and 25.
That's right. Wow. 25 and 25.
So when it's 2030, it'll be 30 years.
That's right.
And 2040 will be 40 years.
It'll be very easy to count.
You'll never not know
how
long you've known. Okay.
That's right. It's perfect.
Now, if we make it to the next millennium.
I mean, I don't know what's going on there.
I'll be in heaven.
Yeah, something. So yeah, we've known each other a long time. Pastor and Pastor Mary were my youth pastors back in the day at our church. And
great church.
It was a great church.
A great time there.
We did. That was awesome.
Shout out Steve Malazzo.
That's right.
Pastor Steve Malazzo, Bethlehem and Senegal Valley Stream.
Legend. Yeah, we had some good times back then.
I will say this about Pat Steve. He's one of the greatest closers of a sermon I've ever heard in my life.
Oh, my gosh. Epic.
He knows how to bring you in.
Any environment.
Yeah.
Block,
no matter
party,
what. Outreaches, services, events.
Yeah.
He's very captivating.
Yeah, he was great. Awesome. Still is. Yeah, so we're doing that. But yeah, so I liked these guys so much that I just didn't leave them alone. And now we're here on staff doing ministry together, which is fun, awesome, and amazing, and new challenges every day, and new ways to overcome them. But yeah, so now I help oversee the Comac location, a little bit of directional stuff, a little bit of whatever else we need.
Part of the teaching team.
Yeah. Just taught this past Sunday, which was another honor.
Job.
That was cool.
I haven't listened to it yet. I heard.
Rumor has it, I guess.
Rumor has it.
It's
funny because I used to end up having to listen right away. Now I just trust our guys so much better that it's like I don't have to listen to it till I get to it.
Which is like humbling at the same time as like pretty cool, but yeah, it's all those things.
Yeah, we have great pastors in our church.
Yeah,
well, man, I'm excited to have you on. We're talking about something that's a little different. Oh, shout out to Isaac, our producer. We love you, Isaac. He's trying some new software, so hopefully all this works out today. We're upgrading. Always upgrading. Hey, we're on the cusp of 6,000 subscribers.
Come on.
Let's
make it happen right now.
Steady growth. Let's get there.
Send it to somebody. Send a link.
Please.
Have them subscribe. Hit the bell for them. I mean,
my goal is to get to 100,000 subscribers.
We can do that.
Man.
Somebody send this to like Mr. Beast or like.
I've invited Mr. Beast on. He will not come on. He won't even respond.
Somebody.
In fact, I don't even know if he's seen anything we've done. We might be better asking Colonel Sanders to come on.
That'd be tough. We could probably make that happen.
You never know.
Why not?
Put on a Colonel Sanders costume.
We'll figure it out.
Oh, man. All right. So I want to talk today about something that I think is the secret sauce to leadership. Okay. So we'll talk leadership today. if I were to tell you in that case right there is the answer to longevity and leadership, what would you do?
I'm trying to get in there right now.
You'd open it.
I'd be getting
You
in
literally say, oh man,
Yeah.
the answer's in, oh, there it is. Can you see it?
That's real nice.
You know what it is? Loyalty. You know, and that's what I want to talk about. I want to talk about loyalty.
Let's talk about it.
Because we've been in the trenches of ministry together for 25 years.
Yes, sir.
Youth ministry. Then you came when we started the church, and then you took like a 1-year hiatus from the church he was in sin.
I don't know if it was a full year. Maybe, was it?
It was close to a year. Dang it. It was close to a year.
I
He went back.
I keep trying to pull it back, you know.
He went back to our sending church. It was a great church. I was ticked at him for about 2 years, and then we suckered out. Called him and said, hey, love you to come back over. And so he came back and been with us ever since. But we've always been friends, even in that season. And so you've been very loyal. A lot of people over the years have said to you, when are you going to start your own church?
Oh, yes.
How come you don't pastor? How come you don't preach more? So what is it about you that says, I don't need that? Does that make sense what I'm asking?
It definitely does.
Because if that's a secret thing about longevity in ministry and making an impact is loyalty, you exemplify that. Why are others unwilling to be loyal? Like, I'm not talking blind loyalty where a person's out there sinning and they're doing this and they're having a illicit relationship with this person. I'm talking like, why is it people are unwilling to be loyal to good people?
I think, honestly, there's probably like 8 directions to go here, but I think
you can go in 13 because it's episode 13.
That's true. We'll go 1 for each episode. I think people are taught, we're so taught and molded culturally that there's always something more for you, right? There's another level. You need to get promoted. You need to do this. Now, what we're not taught is you can get all those things underneath authority, underneath whatever. You don't always have to be the guy. We talk a lot about sports. We like sports.
Love sports. What's your favorite sport?
Baseball. Baseball's that's my first love as a sport. But if you look at
what's his phone number? I know it by heart. It's one of the only numbers I know by heart.
That's true. I do know yours.
Don't say it.
That was deep. I won't do it. But if you look at football, right, there's an offensive coordinator, there's a defense coordinator, there's a special teams coordinator, right?
Running back coordinator. I mean, everything. There's so many things.
All the things.
Yeah.
So many times you see them, they all try to become a head coach, and then they fail being a head coach, and then they go back to being a coordinator, and they excel because they're good at that thing. So I just think we get sold this kind of like bill of goods is like, if you're not the guy, then you haven't made it, you're not anything, you're not whatever. But there is a reward and a blessing and a specialty and a calling and a thing to, like, some people would call it second chair leadership, whatever that looks like. But like, there's nothing wrong with being part of something great. What did was it Joel Osteen, Pastor Joel? He said, rather be a small fish in a big, small part of what God's doing, a big thing, versus, what did he say? What's the saying? I don't want to be a big part of something small. I'd rather be a small part of something big.
You'd rather be a small part of something big than
I got there, I think, eventually.
You got there.
But that's, and my wife feels the same way. Like we've been married for 12 years, and for all 12 of those, and even dating prior to that, and even now our kids, honestly, it's like you feel like we're not just called to ministry, but we're also called to you guys. We're called to this church. So there's something to that. And I just don't think people see the reward in loyalty and longevity.
It's interesting. Where in the Bible do you see that you're called to a place versus a people? It's mostly a people.
It's a great point.
Right? It's mostly a people you're called to. And sometimes those people have certain places.
Yeah.
But you take and you look at yourself and you say, man, I don't aspire to that. You could do it, but you don't aspire to it.
Right.
You recognize there's different graces. Some people would call it anointings or giftedness on certain people. Like, I don't know if I would ever see myself as a CEO of a Fortune 500 company.
You probably could do it.
Maybe, but
probably could.
But what I'm saying is, like, I don't see.
Right.
So why would I want what I don't see my capacity?
It's good. Yeah.
So like what you said is, I know
Right.
what the secret to me being successful is.
Mm-hmm.
I've opened the case.
Mm-hmm.
I've had people suggest this and this to me, and hey, do that. But you said, you know what? If I'm loyal,
Yeah.
and when you have, we have this expression we say at our church, you got to be loyal to the soil.
Loyal to the soil.
And people say it, but they don't mean it.
That is very true.
I'm loyal to a fault a lot of times, but I will say this: the moment you're disloyal to me, I'm now disloyal to you.
Yeah.
So we have people. One of the things about church life people don't like is people come and go.
They do.
Right? It's just 29 years of ministry. People come in, people go out, people come in, people go out. Then if you stay at a place long enough, Ed Young always says they'll come back to you eventually.
It's true.
Right? But people are going in and out, and it was always frustrating to me because I'm like, man, I'm here, I'm locked in. I mean, every place I served was for years.
Right.
And like now, we're almost 18 years into our church, and I want to retire out of this church.
Yeah.
I'm not looking for anything else. I've been offered jobs. I've been offered jobs where guys said, hey, just tell me what you want to make.
Right. That's enticing to some people.
It is.
But if you don't know your calling, or you don't know, but if you do, then you're anchored in that, and you're not really. I'm not looking to do any other. I always tell people, you know what it takes to be a lead pastor? You know what it takes to start your own
church? It takes less hair, less patience, less peace, more anxiety, more stress.
I don't need any.
People don't realize that the load, the weight that all leaders carry.
Yep.
Right. Anybody that's leading something, whether it's a company, whether it's an entrepreneur, whether it's one of our mutual friends, Vito at Vito's Pizzeria.
You gotta go.
Sponsored by. Send us some free pizza, Vito. Yes. We'll eat it on a podcast.
This might be the second podcast in a row we've mentioned Vito's Pizza.
Well, that's good, man. I'm telling you.
Tell you what.
He's in what town is that again?
We're at Northport now.
Oh, Northport now.
And
my
Glen
gosh.
Cove, I think.
Best pizza.
You gotta
just
go.
a little too far from us getting it every week.
Yeah.
We got to drive out of the way. Anyway, so Vito, get a location in Comac.
We're coming.
So what were we talking about? Loyalty, right? So why do you think, from your perspective, what causes people to become unloyal? Like, there's part of it because maybe the leader hurts them.
Could be.
Maybe there's some unresolved issues. What would you say are some of the things people don't stay loyal? Why they don't stay loyal?
I think people, the grass is greener thing is real. People always think the grass is greener on the other side. People always think
until you get to the other side and you realize it was spray painted.
It's painted.
Yeah.
100%. So I think there's that. I think people think that life could be easier. I have it so bad till they get there and they realize it was real good actually where it used to be.
Do they ever admit it though?
Most of the time, no.
Yeah.
Very rarely. But it's true. It's the same with people moving. People move all the time. I'm going to go down south. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. It's going to be easier. It's going to be easier when they realize, like, you travel with your problems. Like if you
That's
don't,
good.
if you
Say
don't
that again.
You travel with you take your
good.
problems with you. If you don't know how to alleviate them or fix them or kind of just work through them here, you're not going to know. You're the same person, just in a different. Anyways, but I think that, and I also don't think people don't realize the value of being someone's support or like a right hand type person. Like I find I take a lot of pride in that, healthy pride. I take a lot of like, kind of value in that, kind of being like, I could be there for you guys. We can, Gina and myself. It's my wife. Shout out my wife. What's up? But we take a lot of pride in that, and kind of being like, we're always here. Someone that you can count on, all that kind of stuff. I just don't think people care about that, just to be honest. I think it's much more like, I need to be the person. No one will recognize me unless I'm the person. I just don't think that's true. I don't know, some sort of smoke and mirrors kind of mirage of like, my name's got to be up in lights. It's got to be all that, but you can make a difference without that.
Yeah. For the first half of my ministry, I was behind the scenes, third, fourth, fifth chair. And was never visible. In fact, when we felt like the desire of my wife and I to start this church, I was like fighting with God because I was used to not being the guy.
Right.
And so then to realize your face is on pictures and your face is on the website and your life is before everybody and you're in the fishbowl and now your kids got to live in the fishbowl.
Yeah, it's a real thing.
All those things that take place, you don't realize that it takes a loyalty even to that mission.
Yeah.
So you understanding that, hey, you could be this, but you choose to be this because that's where you feel called to.
Right.
That's freeing, isn't it?
It is actually.
Takes some pressure off.
It definitely does, because I think, like, you know, you can strive so much for something, but if you were never meant to be there, there's no footing when you get there, you know? So like, I could try to jump as high as I want to, or climb up more rungs of the ladder, or whatever the phrase you want to use. But by the time I get up there, if I'm not supposed to be there, I'm just going to fall right back down to where I'm supposed to be anyway. So I might as well just kind of thrive where I'm at. Not that I'm great at everything by any stretch of the imagination, but, you know, you try to just get better in where you are versus trying to be who you're not.
Well, you're like an A++ in loyalty.
I appreciate that.
Yeah,
I'll take that.
No, and it's rare, you know, because a lot of people, they'll see the secret.
Yeah.
They'll even open peek at it. I don't want that.
Very true.
Because loyalty is underrated.
Yes.
In our world today, it's undervalued. And I think it's almost as if we have made it that. Like how many times if someone leaves an organization, they get severance packages, they get this, they leave. Well, what about the people that are still there?
Right.
Like, shouldn't we take care of the people that are still with us? Like, we mourn over those who go, but yet there's a group of people in every organization, every institution that are still there, that are grinding it with you, that love you.
Yes.
And at some point, you have to T-Swift it and shake it off and move on, because every person that leaves your staff is a loss.
Right, for sure.
And you do have to grieve that.
Right, there is part of that. 100%.
People that leave the church. One of the most painful things that a pastor experiences is when people leave the church. Yeah. Because you think it should be forever.
And on that note too, like, what's the stat that the average person faces one betrayal every 7 years? The average pastor faces 7 per year. So part of our desire and call to be loyal is that we know you and Pastor Mary are going to face minimum of 7 per year. We don't need to be. We could be a steady. And I don't know. There's just value in that. Sometimes it's even hard to explain, like, being there and being part of. The other part is you get to see things come to fruition. Like, we get to say, like, hey, we were there at the beginning stages and all the things, like,
except for that 1 year.
And strike that from the record. And then now to reap all these incredible benefits and see all the blessings and all the different things in people's lives being changed, like, oh, you know, we've been through a lot of different things, and you kind of take some ownership of that. Kind of be like, this is pretty cool, like what we've been able to do together.
We honor our founding members all the time. Those 14 that are still with us today, we shout out all the time. Want to honor them because loyalty is what builds great organizations. Yes. Loyalty builds great churches. Loyalty builds great businesses, whether you could be a coffee shop, you could be a church, you could be a mom and pop, right? You know, 5 and dime, they used to call it, but a corner store. You could be, and if you got loyalty, I mean, there's something in that. It's the secret to really success in life. And the challenge is people ain't loyal today. So I was looking up the average under 35-year-old stays in an organization 2.7 years.
Wow. Yeah.
So 2.7 years. They're looking for something. I need more pay. I need more. They don't realize if you stay at a place long enough, the pay will come.
It does.
May not come as exponential, but then you get history, you get strength, you get relationship. All those things that come with loyalty and consistency. You know, you came, and I think I remember the number of what we started paying you when you first came, like 13 years ago, right? 12 years ago, 13 years ago.
Yeah, 13 years ago, I think.
13 or about to be 13. Something
12
like that.
full time, maybe something like that.
So, you know, it's like you look at how far you've come. What's produced that? Loyalty. And I think people don't realize that. What's my? It's a terrible thing. I'm changing from this, but like I always used to say, man, the first year you're here, you're gonna get paid like junk, because I want to make sure I know you want it. Yeah,
right. Show you.
Right? Is that not true?
You got to earn it a little bit.
Yeah, and I've kind of changed from that a little bit. Because I'm like, I want you to know I bled. Mary and I bled, sweat. I didn't get paid for 18 months. Mary didn't get paid for 8 years. What you talking about? What?
Honestly, though, some of that.
There's some truth in that.
Kind of helps create who you are.
Like we've been for 18 years sacrificing. How many times did we take a pay raise so the staff could get pay raise? All those things that we do because you're the leader.
Right.
So people think, well, loyalty is one way. Loyalty can only really be achieved when it's mutual.
Yeah.
There's a mutual loyalty.
Right.
So you've known me 25 years.
Yes, sir.
Okay. There's few people that are still in my life from 25 years ago. Okay.
Same.
Obviously Mary, some of my family,
Yep.
some long-term friends. Shout out to my man Jeremy up in upstate New York. Fat guy in a little coat. Nobody's gonna know what that means except for him. Love you, Jared Dog.
PJ?
Anyway, so I'm pretty consistent.
Yes, sir.
Not fully, but pretty consistent.
Yeah.
Like, has there ever been a time, and you can be honest, where you said, man, he was just totally disloyal?
Disloyal?
I'm not saying that there wasn't hurt, there wasn't
Yeah.
conflict, because we've had conflict. We've argued with
Yeah.
each other, not in an unhealthy way. We've never raised our voices to each other.
Nah.
But there's been times we both disagree with each other.
Yeah. I mean, I think any relationship, you're gonna have disagreement. You know, no one sees anything.
Did he just use relationship as we're talking? That's interesting.
Any relationship. I'm trying to think of a synonym. A synonym.
Hungry?
But you're gonna have. I need dessert. I'm a desserts guy.
Yes, you are.
You know that.
But ice cream.
Yeah. I'm trying to drop some LBs though, so we'll see what happens. But any long-term friendship or relationship, you're gonna have nobody agrees on every single thing. So
wait, say that again.
Nobody agrees on every
Do
single
you and
thing.
Gina agree on everything?
Not every single thing.
Do you even tell her everything that happens in your day?
I forget most of the things that happen. How many times she like, he didn't tell you that? I don't know. I mean, you know, what am I?
That's every husband's
how we
worst day.
I'm so sorry about it.
We forget.
It's hard. What were we saying?
Loyalty.
We're loyalty. We're talking about loyalty. Oh, we don't know. Yes. So I've never seen you be disloyal. Obviously, everybody has the ebbs and flows of life and the things and whatever. And we're not always we see each other like 6 days a week. We're not always in the greatest mood. Sometimes you don't feel great. Sometimes you're this. Sometimes whatever. So, just this is what it is. But too many people walk around, you know, sensitive, too sensitive.
Let's go back to illustration of football, right?
Yes.
Football. Now, football is interesting because I played high school football. You played high school baseball?
I did.
High school baseball.
And basketball, believe it or not.
I believe it. He's got a great shot.
Good shoot. That's about it.
I played basketball and football. Basketball was really like town league, stuff like that.
Yeah.
But football was high school, pop. I played, this time I was like 7 years old. My mom put a helmet on me and said, take out some of that ADHD. I was like, so. But it was interesting because like there's been a change in college football from when I first started watching college football to now, where you'd have guys that stick their whole career in one school or university. Now that's not the case.
No. We got that transfer portal.
I hate the transfer portal.
It's rough. It's rough. I mean, you get it kind of.
I mean, I like it.
You're right. It gives opportunity where there used to not be any, but, you know, there's something about it was something cool. Even in college basketball, there used to be 4-year players that would come out, all these people, Grant Hill, all these guys. Now it's like one and done. If you're not one and done, you're not good enough, apparently. So, like, you can have no time to develop. It's pretty crazy.
So, Coach Collins.
Yes. Legend.
Back in the day, CW Post, I think he was inducted into the high school or Hall of Fame for a high school coach or a football coach last year, I think it was.
Yeah,
earlier this year. And he's a good friend. We used to go out like every other week, every 3 weeks to breakfast in Sayville, one of the South Shore towns on Long Island. Just get together for breakfast, just talk stuff. And when he was the coach when it was CW Post Pioneers.
Right.
And then he was there like 2 years into their transition into D1.
Yeah.
But they used to have this statement they used to make at Post, and it just popped into my head now. And I remember seeing videos recently of Coach saying this, the great ones stay.
It's good.
Man, it really hit me.
That's
like
legit.
As you were talking, I'm like, the great ones stay.
I like that.
Like there's something about loyalty. And I'm not saying, hey, people got to take like we got a guy, Eric O'Neill, who you know.
Yeah.
He's playing for Rutgers now.
Yes, sir.
He was at LIU, then he went to James Madison. Now he's at Rutgers. He's one of the top 5 edge rushers in the FBS.
Yes.
FBS. So he might be seen in the draft.
The whole nation. Yep.
Yeah. Incredible guy and a great young man.
Yeah.
Right?
Cool guy.
I get it. There's opportunity, there's
Exactly.
advancement, all that stuff. But there was almost like a loyalty that was built in.
Yeah.
Like, and I remember the great ones stay.
Yeah, that's cool.
And I think it may not mean that they're not successful on their own or doing their own thing, but in order to make a team,
Yeah.
consistency, longevity is the key to that.
Yeah.
You can't build something great with transient people.
So I'm going to say, building something, you got to build chemistry. You got to build, honestly, history helps build the chemistry. So you have all the different things that kind of go with it. Plus, you got to get to know each other a little bit. We work well together because we know each other's rhythms. We know kind of how we think. We know all those kind of things. So, and then you build the trust.
Do you hear my stomach just rumble right now?
That's all right. I was going to just look.
Right now, at the time of this Toddcast, I'm on a detox right now. And can I tell you, I am detoxifying right now.
We can call it the Toxcast.
Oh, or the de-Toddcasting? Toddifying? No, it doesn't work. Okay. What are we talking about? Longevity. The secret to success.
You got to build chemistry. You got to build trust. You got to stick together for a long time. Have each other's backs.
So, there's a lot of reasons why people leave a business or a job.
Yeah.
Some of them are, just not getting along with coworkers. Some of it could be like, man, the boss hurt us. And all those are real things. I get those. There's so many reasons people can say for not staying. I want to find the reasons to stay.
That's good. Yeah.
Why do I stay? So if you define why you stay, serving in second, third chair, depending on the season you were in, sometimes even fourth or fifth chair in the early days, like, why do you stay? Why do you stay, in that knowing that you could probably pastor your own church somewhere?
Well, there's probably a few reasons. One is calling. I don't feel called to be a lead pastor. I feel called to be like a staff pastor, right? Support on that, supporting you guys. We feel I said it before. We feel called to you guys, to the mission, to the vision. So you have calling, but also track record, right? So especially at this point, but even earlier on, we knew you and Pastor Mary, and just know how you treat people, the desire to almost like become, family-ish, like to where it's like, hey, we value loyalty and we value all that. And then there's the care. You guys care for people more than people think. And I think sometimes people take certain little things or whatever, or sometimes you got to get stuff done and like, oh, you guys can be so direct or so. Sometimes there's just a mission, but beyond that, there's we care for you. Nobody talks about how many times you text them, how many times we call, how many times we do all this other stuff. So there's that just feeling of like, no matter what's going on, you guys have our backs. So no matter what's going on, we want to have your backs. That's kind of cultivated. So we have that. And then just the vision. Change the culture of Long Island is cool. Who wouldn't want to be here when the number flips to where there's more Christians on Long Island than not, or when there's, just tons of locations or where we can help other pastors and churches and do all these kind of other different things. And we do so many good things. And if you even think about it, like how long would it take and what would it take to recreate? You leave here.
It's a lifetime.
To do what? Recreate what we already have here. So why leave here? It's like we're already doing it.
Yeah, I find a lot of people, they're not loyal because they don't like to submit. Not everybody.
That's probably true.
But there's a lot of people, they just don't like to submit.
Yeah.
And people think, oh, you're the senior pastor, you're the lead pastor, you don't have to submit to anybody. I've got a denomination I have to submit to. I've got a superintendent I got to submit to. I've got 3 boards that are part of what we do here just for extra accountability. I have to submit.
That's for sure.
And I always heard this, you're a man with authority, but under authority.
Yeah, 100%.
No one builds anything great on their own. It takes a team.
Right.
But accountability is only as good as your honesty and transparency.
That is so true.
And I think one of the things I find is sometimes I'm too transparent. That's why I come out very blunt. And people mistake it for he doesn't care, he doesn't love me. I'm just like, no, I care about you. I'm just ticked that you're sitting on your rear end, being lazy, lethargic, and not getting the job done.
Yeah, true. Very true.
So my job, in the words of Joel Osteen, is to pull out the seeds of greatness.
That's right.
I have to pull out the seeds of greatness in people, because if I'm not doing that, then I'm not really leading.
Yeah.
I'm actually using people.
Yeah, 100%.
So spiritual gifts assessment. Where you see so not in my top 5 is pastoring. It's leadership,
Dun, dun, dun.
administration, and evangelism.
Right.
Leadership, administration, evangelism. So think about it. Leadership.
Right.
We got something to do. Administration. This is how you must do it.
Right.
Evangelism. This is the why we do it, to reach people with God's love.
Right. Makes sense.
It satisfies knowing those spiritual gifts. If you know that about me, you'll understand why. You know, Phil Muncie, shout out to Phil. He's legend.
Yeah.
But Phil Muncie used to say this: you always need to know what makes you tick and what makes you ticked off.
It's so good.
If you know those two things about
He's a
everybody,
wordsmith.
he is.
He's a wordsmith.
He's one of the best. But if you know those two things,
Right.
what makes you tick or what makes them tick and what makes them ticked off,
Yeah, it's good.
you will know. Like I know Pastor Matt, he'll literally, Sunday he preaches brains out. All I heard was, my wife was there, I was speaking at another church. Man, it was a great message. It was powerful. It was awesome. He's like, text me later, how do you not get depressed with the numbers this weekend? Because it was Thanksgiving weekend. That's why I'm not depressed.
It was.
Why ain't I there? Because I take off when our people take off.
It's a great point.
So it's like, it's rhythms.
Rhythms, yep.
And so I think what happens is, I know what gets you ticked off. It's not reaching your goals, not reaching, measuring up, not hearing the affirmation you need. So that, and the affirmation is not always by somebody. It's sometimes by the stats, the numbers, the data.
Yeah.
And so when you know what ticks somebody off, the easy thing is, what I did with him is what I did. I ignored his text. True?
True.
I ignored his text and waited till I saw him to tell you what.
Screw it.
It just is what it is. Right? Is that true?
Yeah.
Because sometimes
you can't.
I can get on there and I pull out my phone and I'll be, oh, Pastor, you're the greatest. You're awesome. And you know what he's thinking right now? I'm so pissed off.
Yeah.
I'm angry. I preached my guts out. We had the third service. Hardly anybody was there, man. So depressed.
But the loyal ones were there.
The loyal ones were there. Now think about this. Did you enjoy the Jets win as much?
The Jets are a whole nother thing, actually.
So, all right. So let's talk about loyalty.
But,
the Jets.
Oh, my gosh.
All right. New York Jets. Haven't won a Super Bowl since what? Third Super Bowl.
1969.
Right? 1969. That's 60 years
almost
ago. 55 years ago. 56 years ago.
56 years now.
56 years ago. You, your dad, your brother?
Yeah.
Loyal fans of the Jets.
Loyal.
What do I always tell you, though? You know what I tell you?
There's room on the 49ers
There's
bandwagon.
room in the Niner gang for you.
That's like our secondary team now. We've adopted the
So
red,
what have I been
the
doing?
red and gold.
What have I been doing? I've been deprogramming
My son.
your son, who
Yeah.
now cheers for the Jets and the Niners.
And the Niners. It's true. He needed some winning. He needed a little bit of that,
Oh, listen, something about Jet
Stuff.
is so hysterical. He's got to cheer
son's
for
name
the
is
Jets
also Jet,
because
so,
his name's Jet.
Yeah.
But it's like hysterical, man. This kid remembers every fact, data, numbers, scores. It's unreal, actually. And he's
6.
6.
6.
I was going to get it right. I second guessed
No, you
myself.
had it. You were there. Yeah, you were
there.
there. Yeah.
Must be the 13th episode. It's playing with me. Wow. Anyway, so they end up like, he's so good with that, but I'm trying to bring him over.
Yeah.
So the Giants, I'm watching the Giants game at the time we're recording this. Last night was the Giants playing.
Yeah. Pats, I
The
think.
Pats. Pat smoked them, right?
Yeah.
Giants don't look good. I'm texting all my Giants friends. I'm like, hey, bro, there's room on the other side. And I got a picture of Christian McCaffrey doing this.
That's hysterical. That's hysterical.
But why are you loyal to the Jets after all these years of living? 40 years.
Because A, it's in the blood, but B, it'll be so much sweeter when we win. I said when. Come on, we can. If everybody watching right now at the same time says when and just declares it, I feel like maybe we can kind of make something happen. But when they win, it'll be so much sweeter. I could jump to every team,
So you stay
I just
loyal
don't do it. I can't
for
do it.
really, if we summarize it, one thing, hope.
Yeah.
Hope that the outcome you're looking for will happen.
Yes.
The great ones stay.
Yeah, great ones stay.
It's hope. Hey,
Yeah.
we can build something great. We can do something great. So whether you're a CEO, bank manager, or, work at a coffee shop, no matter what you do, you could be a stay-at-home mom or dad. Why do you stay? It's because you have hope that what you do matters and what you do makes a difference.
Yeah.
The moment you lose that is the moment you leave.
Yeah. You really kind of think what you see in the future, the vision, right? What you see in the future is what you'll one day see in the now, really. So like if you stick with it, that one day will just be so much more amazing.
See, he got all his disloyalty out at 17 universities when he was getting his degrees.
That's right. If you want to know anything about Long Island universities, not Long Island University, but Long Island University.
Well, no, it was only 4?
No, I went to 4, yeah.
4. What was it again?
So I started at Hofstra. I went over to Nassau.
Why did Hofstra ever get rid of their football program?
I don't know. Wayne Corbett, shout out the great. Number 80, man.
Okay.
Third down machine. Anyway,
so Hofstra?
Hofstra, Nassau University. Then I went community college.
Wow, you just upgraded Nassau Community College to
did.
Nassau University.
Then I went to Queens University.
Queens College.
What are they? I don't know. And then I finished at
He went to so many he doesn't remember the name.
Old Westbury. That's where I finished. Finance degree for the Toddcast.
So like you think about it, right? Were those schools loyal to you? Any of them?
No.
What did they care about?
My money. I mean, another number in the statistics of people, good-looking people who graduated from there.
He just called himself good-looking, Isaac. Isaac is shaking his head.
Isaac agreed, but he won't tell you.
He'll never say it. He's smirking right now, which if you know Isaac, he's a man of very little words. Yeah. But when he speaks, you got to listen.
Oh, at one point today, we thought we were done with our staff meeting. Isaac said, hold on, I just got to say something. Everybody turned around.
Yes. Everybody has to listen.
It's rare, but it's golden.
Golden, like the golden goose. But he doesn't lay eggs. He lays nuggets.
Of wisdom.
Yeah, because I didn't know where that was going. He doesn't know what to do.
Detox Cast, episode 13.
So you think loyalty, you think there's reasons people are disloyal.
Yes.
There's reasons why people stay and the great ones stay. And there's reasons why people give up too early. Yeah. Like they lose hope.
Yes.
They lose hope in what could be and how they could. So a lot of times people think, well, they're not advancing me quicker. There's no room to grow there. There's no expansion. I think a lot of those are excuses because I do think your gift, your calling, your skill set, and your hard work will open doors for you.
That 100%.
Like people, this generation, one of the things I work with college students, I see it, hand it to me, give it to me. Give it. Oh. Nothing is handed to you in life. You must work for it.
You got to work for it, sir.
You have to because like the moment you just...
Right.
I was just reading this thing. Oh my gosh, I'm trying to pull out the name of the book. Anyway, I was reading some books on finances, and it wasn't Rich Dad, Poor Dad. It wasn't The Automatic Millionaire. It was something else, and it was talking about parents that give their kids everything. Yeah. And how it actually declines their capacity for future expansion. Right. So you have to almost make them work. So when Malachi, I had Cadillac transferring to him. Right. I made him pay for it. Right. Why? I want you to know that you worked for this. Right. You earned this. Like you're interesting because your mom ironed your clothes until you were like 37. Yeah, I think just stopped a couple weeks ago. Actually, no, I'm just kidding. Yeah. No, but you're a unique situation because your mom cooked, cleaned, great laundry. Did she do your laundry too? Yeah. She did everything. It's a great setup. So now, great. I'm going to ask you a question I'm not going to expect you to answer. Has Gina followed in those footsteps? We're such a good team that we really complement each other so well. We pick up each other's slack. We do certain things. We help each other out. We're selfless. It's a great team we have. The answer is no. But you think about some of that. Did any of that handicap you at all, do you think? It's funny because your dad's not is not a pushover dad. No. My parent, they're probably unique. I don't know, because they were very much like, hey, focus on getting education, good grades. You don't have to work in high school, whatever.
then obviously once we get into college, you gotta start doing both. You gotta get a job. You gotta start doing whatever. So you learn some of that, how to manage the money, the whole thing. But there was some of that stuff. Like my mom, she also took a lot of pride in taking care of the house. My house was clean. You could eat off any surface in my house. Like my house was so clean.
Ain't nobody as clean as Ingrid.
It was like the craziest thing in the world. So there was some of that. Now it's funny because you have me and my brother. Peel back the curtain. I did more probably. Ask my mom. I did more probably around the house. Dishes, this, that, right? But now, I don't know. We both kind of got there, right? We have a house, we have a wife, we have kids, we have all these things. You have jobs.
Different house, different wife, different kids. Just for clarity.
That's true. Just clear that up.
Pastor Matt has his wife and kids.
That's right.
Dave has.
We got to make sure we all know that. That's very true.
Because you did say we have a house, a wife, and kids.
Yeah, definitely not together. Shout out Dave. But yeah, I don't know.
Wow, Dave just got a shout out on the podcast.
On the podcast. There you go.
And Ed and Ingrid. Might as well throw Jen in there. Who else can we throw in there from your family?
Gina already got. My kids already got. Jet. I mentioned Emmy. She's my daughter. She's a great lady. Who else can we throw in there?
Any uncles you want to throw in there?
No, man. You know.
Oh, Mario.
Shout out Aunt Susie. Oh, my Uncle Mario. You know. Rest in peace.
He was a sweet guy.
He was. What were we talking about? I don't think it hindered me. Oh, my parents. I don't think it hindered me. I learned from them, but I'm a learner. When I'm in the environment, that's why I stick in my environments. I learn, and then I try to take it on. Yeah. Does that make sense?
Yes, it does. It does. Because I think like one of the things that
Isaac, what are we doing here, man?
We don't know. But I will say this. One of the things that I think is really lacking today is loyalty.
Yeah.
It starts in the home, and you see the divorce rate through the roof. So men aren't loyal, and not just men, women aren't loyal.
Yeah.
Because the amount of, I don't know if I get the right terminology, but the requests for divorce or the petitions for divorce come more from women. And a lot of that is obviously abuse and things like that. So I don't want to discount any of that because it's legitimate, some of the pain people go through. Yeah. But it's pretty, on the non-abuse issues, pretty much equal between male and female on petitions for divorce. And so there's disloyalty in the home. Mm-hmm. Then there's disloyalty in the workplace. Yeah. Then there's disloyalty in college. Then it just leads to now I'm going to produce disloyalty in my own family. Yeah. And until you break that and open up the secret case to see that the secret to success in everything is loyalty. Yeah. So think about this in your spiritual life. The secret is loyalty to God. 100%. Like I'm right now loyal to this detox and my stomach is growling like nobody's business right now. I'm thinking like, oh my gosh, everything's going, but it's like, but I'm loyal to it because I made a commitment. Right. That commitment cost me money. Yes. Lots of money. Yes. Thank you, Mary, for the recommendation. My wonderful wife. Wasn't even a 2-for-1. We both had to pay to get. Anyway, so
it's tough, man. Not even a BOGO 50%.
Nothing, man. They give us. They might have given us a little bit off, but not much. But you think about this. Like I'll be so committed to something that I'll try it. Right. Even if it bothers me.
Right. Because you know that there's an end result.
The end
that can. Yeah.
It's the hope.
Yeah.
And so if you could say to someone who's debating maybe they're a job transition, or maybe they're even thinking, man, I don't know, should I bail on this relationship? Or what would be some of your advice you'd tell somebody to say, hey, does that make sense?
Yeah, I would say exhaust every option before getting to that point. Yeah. Make sure you really thought through kind of what that all looks like. Of course, if you are a God-fearing person and you feel like you're being called to something, or a new job or whatever, then, explore that, because it's also sometimes take a risk. You feel like it's a risk, but God's already there. But for the most part, pray. Make sure you're praying, consult spiritual leadership. Yeah. A lot of people like to inform. They don't consult anymore. I think that's another thing we have in our relationship. Yeah. I'll just go, hey, how do you feel about this? What do you feel about this? It's never about leaving, but it's about, hey, what about this decision? What about this thing financially? What about this thing with this? So consult, pray, exhaust every option, think it through. A lot of people make knee-jerk type, impromptu type decisions. And it's like, you didn't really think that through, did you? So just, all that. And then honestly, sometimes a good old-fashioned pros and cons list. What are the pros and cons of staying?
My wife loves pros and cons list.
Pastor Mary is a pros and cons, right? She's a pros and cons person.
Hey, we need to do this. We need to make our pros and cons list. I'm like, I just want to do it.
That's right. But I just, I also just think, is is it really that much better on the other side? Unless you have a clear, let's just use a job scenario. Unless it's something in like your dream field and you've been praying for this to open up. If you've been praying for it for 5 years and all of a sudden that's probably God. But if you just all of a sudden some random person walked, I don't know. I just think people jump ship too quickly. So don't lose out. Also think about, if I stay, can I help accomplish the vision that's there? And if you can, it might be worth sticking out.
Coach Collins,
the
great ones stay.
Yeah, that's good.
Hey, this was fun, man.
This was fun. This is awesome.
I'm so glad you jumped in. I don't even know how long we've been going. Isaac didn't give me any signals. We got 3 minutes left? 4 minutes left? Wow. We've gone 33 minutes?
34 minutes.
34 minutes, man. Wow. Well, it's so good to have. We got to get him on a microphone.
We got to get him. Yeah, we got to get that going.
Get him on a microphone. Oh, 43
minutes.
43. We've been talking 43 minutes?
Wow, time flies when you're having fun, honestly.
Wow.
I mean, should we set a record? What's the longest one? Should we go 4 hours and 30 minutes?
Man, 59 minutes.
No,
I think it was the longest one. Hey, listen, I just want to show you guys all Toddcasters a little secret.
Oh, yeah, this is cool.
This is the case of success.
Right here.
Just want to show you what was inside it.
This.
Microphones. I'm just saying, we made it look like, wow, look,
what
can you
is
see
in
it?
The case?
Longevity. No, it was a microphone.
Microphones,
It's a microphone. But that's why, see, the great ones stay. You got the insider scoop right. Because you stayed on the podcast.
If you stayed to the end, you saw the secret to success.
Hey, man, we're so grateful you joined us. Thank you, Matt Belomo, for being our guest on this episode as we talked about loyalty.
Loyalty.
Don't spill the tea. Develop loyalty.
That's a good one. I was trying to think of a way to finish that, and I couldn't do it. And there you were,
All right, so here's what we want you to do. Thanks for joining us today. Make sure you like, subscribe, share, comment. Please comment.
Yep.
Put it in your story. Send it to somebody. Get the word out there because I think everybody needs to be loyal. After all, we understand that on the Toddcast that the great ones always stay. Right. So stay with us. Stay locked in. Until next time, ignore all the others. Thanks for joining us today on the 13th episode of the Toddcast.